The opinions of this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
That's my son! This is my boy! My boy!
Look how they massacred my boy.
With your hosts, Fabian Salazar.
Gotta adjust that equalizer, dude.
And Cole Butterfield,
I do believe that we are a garbage fucking species that have overstayed our welcome.
where we talk about movies.
Most of the time.
Like he's
the
he's
enemy.
keeping their names out of his motherfucking mouth.
He kept their names out their fucking mouth!
Love will make
So come along for a ride and have fun.
word vomit. Because I'm a big fan of word vomit.
I mean, it is a good way to get everything out.
Yeah. And then also I like, vomiting and all those words out and then processing what I said. I'm like, wait a minute, what'd I say? I wouldn't fucking mean that. Why would I say that? Huh.
Most of the time because it's funny.
Oh yeah, usually because I think it's going to be funny. It's the Roger Rabbit rule. It's like,
Yeah.
You could have got out of the cuffs this whole time. No, only when it was funny.
Yeah. Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema.
Yeah.
And today we are watching the 2023 movie Nefarious. Now, here's the thing. This is a movie that kind of flew under the radar, was released close to the end of 2023 2023.
That was almost a year ago. It's almost August.
It is, yeah, it is. It's the end of the school year. The beginning of the school year, at least. So we're going to do a review of this movie. Don't really know anything about it, but we are going to give it a shout out. It's kind of like a fun movie that we're just going to give a chance and see if it's actually worth a watch. Now, that being said, a lot of the movies we review aren't popular movies necessarily.
We got a handful here or there. There's definitely if you were like, oh, well, there's definitely a lot where I'm like, I haven't heard of that, but that's the show.
But yeah, even if you haven't heard of it, we highly recommend going back and watching or listening to the episodes of the movies that you don't know about or haven't seen. Our recommendations or like our opinions in the movie are fun to listen to, and it might sway you in a certain way. Like, oh, maybe I actually do want to see this movie.
Yeah, or give you something to keep an eye out for when we actually focus on the topic at hand and talk about the movie.
Yeah. So yeah, let's.
Nefarious. I only know one thing about nefarious, and that is the meaning of the word. It means to be nefare.
That doesn't help.
Of course it does. It's about something that is nefare. It's nefarious.
What the fuck does nefare mean?
It's Latin.
For?
Near and far. Nefare.
All right. This movie was directed by Chuck Konzelman and Carrie Solomon. It was written by Chuck Konzelman and Carrie Solomon and Steve Deese. Steve Deese Nuts.
There it is.
Let's see. It stars Sean Patrick Flannery of Boondock Saints fame, Jordan Belfi, Tom Omer, and Glenn Beck, who plays Glenn Beck.
Wait. What?
Glenn Beck. Yeah, he plays himself.
Or I guess a version of himself, because it says Glenn Beck as Glenn Beck instead of Glenn Beck as himself. Kind of like how Neil Patrick Harris played Neil Patrick Harris in the Harold and Kumar movie.
Right,
Because he's
right.
like, this is not me.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a
yeah.
character. This is a caricature of me.
As far as location, I wasn't able to find a location of filming. I wasn't able to find a budget for it either, but they made $5.8 million gross. So
probably not great.
I'm hoping they made their money back. I have no idea how much they spent on making it. So, oh, that's Mo in the background hacking.
That's Mo in the background.
That's Mo on the spot.
Like hacking up a loogie. Trying to be just dog.
Yeah. So that being said, we don't know a lot about this movie other than, or even I didn't know a lot about this movie other than Sean Patrick Flannery is in it. So,
Patrick Flannery.
I did see the trailer for it back when it was first kind of making its rounds and everything. So I thought it looked kind of cool, and then it popped up on Peacock, I think. And yeah, and then I was like, oh, we should watch that. And since I know we promised Toxic Avenger, but Joe Bob did that one in his last season, so I don't want to like ride his coattails too hard because I already do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one looked like a fun time. It's also a less heard of movie that I feel like we could give a shout out to and a recommendation if it's good.
Yeah.
And if not, it makes sense that it didn't. It's got a 6.5
I mean,
on IMDb, so I mean I don't know. It's got some decent ratings. Like a couple of the reviews I read said that Sean Patrick Flannery kind of carried this movie, but
I mean, I could see that. I mean,
like I don't know.
homie was
It's,
in Boondock Saints. That
yeah.
movie rocks.
I'm excited, but that's basically all we know. So most of our preamble is going to be talking about shit that happened this week, and
Yes.
a lot of shit has happened this week.
None of it nefarious.
None of it nefarious.
We're trying to keep things balanced. Balance in all things.
Yes.
Yeah. So, man. So, in the week that we've been
Perfectly
away,
balanced, as all things
it
should be.
be. Huh,
Hi,
Mo?
Mo.
Huh, bud?
There's Mo.
There
you can
he
hear him.
is.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Hi, old dog. My 12-year-old dog.
Puppy.
Oh, my 12-year-old boy. Oh, my old dog. Hi, puppy. What's up? What do you need? You just want attention. You just want attention. Oh, don't you growl at me.
All right, laid down long enough. Now I need attentions.
No, I want attentions. Do we need to pause the podcast? Huh? Because we can't have like 30 minutes of just us talking to you, Mo.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to do pause it, I can go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, apologies.
That's a good way to resume.
Right?
Always.
Nice. Super easy, definitely.
So, what is going on?
What is going on? Oh, man. What has been going on? Nothing. No.
Just absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing is happening.
I went to like the one live performance I actually like treat myself to every year, like recently,
Yeah.
which is, it does sound kind of sad, but fuck you guys. Yeah, I decided to treat myself once a year. Other than that, I work my ass off. So go fuck yourself.
I mean, you can give them a shot. You can let the people know what you
Yeah,
did.
I went to the complex, which I have not been to in a very long time. So it took me a while. Like, what the fuck?
The complex is a venue in
Yes.
Salt Lake.
Yes, that I saw Comedy Bang Bang perform live at. And
Did they actually have like chairs and shit, or did?
Yeah, like they
Okay.
they actually set up because I was worried about that too. Because like if I remember the complex is standing, I don't want to be standing for what.
Complex is like basically just a big ass box.
Yeah, exactly. And which was, yeah, I was kind of worried when I got there, and I was like so relieved when I saw chairs. I'm like, oh, thank Christ.
Yeah.
Oh God, because so far it's been the longest show they've had on their tour so far, at an hour and 51 minutes. So
Nice.
I don't want to be standing like that at a comedy show. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
like at a
yeah.
concert or something like that. Like, okay, yeah, no, stand up, if you're dancing, moving around, but
Yeah. A couple of my other buddies, Sam and Dean, went as well. So I have to ask them how what they thought of the show and everything.
yeah, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing a lot.
And got to see Lisa Gilroy.
Nah, this time it was, besides Scott Aukerman and Paul F. Tompkins, it was Carl Tart, Lily Sullivan, and Ryan Gall. So, yeah, Carl Tart is hilarious. He playing the character who sends you all those political messages, but this time just doing it in person, and he kept like ending every other sentence. His button was like text stop to unsubscribe. After like a long-winded bit, he's like, text stop to unsubscribe.
Nice.
And then you had Lily Sullivan and Sabrina Carpenter, who's just trying to, get Mormons to drink espresso because she teamed up with Starbucks because of that. Yeah, apparently that was a really popular
Yeah,
song.
she's been getting a lot of heat recently.
Yeah, and she even worked at a Starbucks for a day, which means she just stood there while everyone else worked around her and people came in to see Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Which she referenced, and then she's like, yeah, I'm here in Utah trying to get Mormons to drink coffee. A lot of fun, like little digs on Mormons.
Yeah. I mean, it's just those are just easy jokes.
Oh, yeah. But like they weren't the ones we usually get. Like none of the whole multiple wives thing, or just
some bits about soaking or
Actually, weirdly enough, the episode I was listening today in Austin mentioned soaking, but not the one in Salt Lake City. They didn't even mention the fact that like it's linked with Mormonism or anything like that. They just one guy is just a somnambulist who doesn't have sex; he just soaks with his wife.
Those of you who don't know what somnambulist means, that's he's a sleepwalker.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, that's right. I know polysyllabic words like somnambulist and polysyllabic.
Yep.
No, it was a lot of fucking fun. I was laughing my ass off. At one point in time, Ryan Gall's ass was out because that dude is insane. Usually, lately for the past couple tours, he's been trading pants with audience members, and he gives out his actual phone number and doesn't tell them to bleep it. So he's
all right.
Yeah, it's random. It's all comedy. It's a lot
pretty
of fucking
insane.
fun. Yeah, like that's just for 2 fucking hours. They just what the fuck even. They played musical chairs as an end bit, and at one point, Lily Sullivan, who's like 5'4", and Scott Aukerman, who's like 6'2", like maybe even a little taller than me, are the last doing is like dragging her around on the chair because he's trying to get the chair. Because that's what as a bigger dude you do. You're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna grab it that way. Yeah, but also as a shorter person, you're like, no, I'm gonna just cling on to this. Drag me around. We'll see who gets tired first.
Yeah,
but no, it was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and then treated myself again by seeing Deadpool and Wolverine last night, which was so fun, so good.
It was a lot of fun. Very, very cute, very fun. Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The story's pretty simple, like Rob was saying, but I think
shout out to Rob.
Thanks for homie for joining us. Thanks for doing even better than me and actually leaving the house. Congratulations. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was like the best Deadpool story, but I think it had just enough fun in it to remind you why you enjoy superhero movies in the first place.
Yeah,
it definitely felt like a breath of fresh air versus everything, like all the colossal world building and trying to tie in the multiverse and everything. Like this one had those elements, but like not to the point where like you felt like bogged down and intimidated by anything.
Yeah.
Because I know that ultimately what you wanted to see was Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds as their characters, like stabbing each other, shooting each other, and telling each other to fuck off. Like,
and like a lot of the cameos are really fun and simple, not like just over the top, like it was blatant. But it was fun. Little winks to the audience with them too. Overall, it's fun. We won't spoil anything for you if you haven't seen it yet.
I don't even want to spoil any of the songs that pop up in it because some of the song choices are just fun as hell.
Yeah.
Which you can count on for a Deadpool movie.
So it's fun. Go see it. Highly recommend.
Wait, is that the only comic book connection?
I don't know. We didn't do a lot of research for this one.
I don't know. I don't think I've anything heard.
Just
Sean Patrick.
Kind of wanted to go into this one blind.
Yeah, no, I really just want to be. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something out like while we're watching it. But yeah, no, we saw Deadpool and then
Sean Patrick Flannery, Norman Reedus, Blade comic book.
Norman Reedus is in Blade?
He's in Blade 2.
Whoa.
He's Scud. See, I got that one.
Forgot about that. I haven't seen the Blade movie since they came out, which is unfortunate.
We'll have to do a Blade marathon.
Yeah, absolutely. Do the whole almost in Trinity. Yeah, we'll go with Trinity.
Yeah, we'll go through the Blade Trinity.
The Blade Trinity.
And it is a Trinity. I don't count
actually isn't that the third
TV series, mini-series.
That never happened.
That never happened.
You can't prove that happened.
Yeah.
Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
Bring me the evidence, and maybe I'll agree that happened. But also, it could be deep fake. It could be AI.
Yep.
It could be deep AI fake.
I don't recognize it.
No. Not my world.
But yeah, Wesley Snipes is the only Blade. So yeah, other than that, let's see. I got a new car this week.
Got a new car. Got it this week.
It's nice. Mazda CX-30 Turbo Premium. Love it.
I think when Jazz asked me what your type of car, I think I got all that, but also included that it had 4 doors and 1 engine.
There we go.
See?
Yeah.
Just want to be hyper specific. I'm like, I think it's I don't know cars. I am not like that kind of guy. I don't know shit about cars. They're expensive, and I just don't know anything about them. Like all those like other guys like had like fucking. I remember like one kid was obsessed with like Shelby GTS, and like I don't get it.
I don't know a ton about engines or anything. Like I can do basic repairs, but like
Oh yeah.
yeah, as far as like the super in-depth like changing the timing or all the crazy shit, like I have no idea. But
mean,
if
yeah.
I can replace my spark plugs, my oil, my fuses, like I can do all the basic ass repairs.
Oh yeah, I can rotate the air in my tires and I can change the blinker fluid. It's super fucking easy.
Yeah.
Barely any inconvenience. Like
yeah.
it's just I know how to do that. But I never really understood the PO cars because I know they lose money as soon as you
Yeah,
drive them out. Like,
they depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot.
and their weapons.
Yeah.
Those things are terrifying. But also I do miss driving. I love driving.
Yeah, I do too.
So much fun.
Especially my new car.
Yeah. Better than that.
It's nice and smooth and safe.
The Lona. That Lona car.
Yeah, that fucking rental car is a piece of shit. If you have a Nissan Versa, what are you doing with your life? The car is fucking terrible. It is the worst thing I've ever driven, ever had the privilege to drive. It is so bad.
The car's got no balls, massive blind spots,
It's not fuel efficient.
not fuel efficient.
Good
It's
God.
just tiny, somehow impossibly tiny on the inside, with like no arm where to rest your arms. Pretty much just stuck doing the Talladega Nights. Like I don't know what to do with my hands because you can't fucking put them down anywhere.
Yeah, it's so bad. So bad. Let's see. We're 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, for a movie with no research done and with apparently barely anything available, you can't even
Yeah.
find out what it was made for.
Yep. The only thing I have to say is like it's got a 6.5, so we'll see what we think about it. And we will let you know. And let's see. Oh shit, we gotta do it. We gotta look up a script reading. Do you wanna start the ad read while I look up a script reading?
Yeah, well, you can do like if from the actual.
I'll find something.
I mean, okay. I mean, fuck, we'll find. Maybe we'll just do monologues that contain the word nefarious in it once. So, time for the ad read, guys. Hold on to your butts because I cannot do it this fast because I have a big ass tongue that gets in the way. But this podcast is brought to you in part by Hopkins Brewing Company, a low-key brick-lined brew pub located in the heart of Sugar House, Utah, where it offers great beer, good food, great friends, good times, and even gooder beer. That's right. That's how good the beer is. It's that good twice. So today I had the Pico Rico, another award-winning beer they have. It's a Mexican-style lager that is stupid easy to drink. It is crisp as hell. There you guys go. Take a shot and just go. It's perfect for the hot weather right now. This is Utah, so it's dry as hell. It's fucking hot. It's like 90 plus degrees, 102 sometimes. And sometimes you just need a light beer to throw back and just fucking relax for 5 minutes and then go outside and start dying from severe dehydration. Kind of like you're shriveling up like SpongeBob in that episode. But do you want me to say what you had? Because you had the same fucking thing. That's how good it is.
Yeah, the Pico Rico.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It's just the perfect summer beer. It's my favorite Mexican lager that I've ever drank. It's just so light, so refreshing. Highly recommend it.
Oh, you know what we need to do with those? We need to get some crowlers to go and do some bombas.
Yes, absolutely.
Big ass bombas. Those are dope. If you guys don't know what they are, well, you have Google. You're on some sort of internet-connected apparatus. Look it up. Why do we have to do all the fucking work for you guys? You're goddamn adults. At least you should be. Oh, God, if you're not, then you need to call CPS because your parents should not be letting you listen to this right now, guys. So just reach for the phone and dial CPS. I'm pretty sure that's how it works now. You can just text words for numbers. What are you pulling up? Of course. Wow, why did you bother?
You fucking. Why did you even ask?
I don't know, man. Content.
Okay. Do you want to be Teddy or George Noyce?
I'll
I'll be Teddy.
Yeah, I'll take whoever.
Okay. Start it. Start here.
Hold on, let me adjust myself and get up close and gotta think of a voice. Wait, starting there.
Yep.
Is that Ma's voice?
It says man's voice,
Oh,
and
man's voice.
it'll change to Noyce after a while. But
Okay.
okay.
Let's see. I gotta think of a voice.
So
of a
this
voice
is
for noise.
those of you who've seen Shutter Island, shout out me, take a shot. It's the scene where Teddy finds George Noyce in Ward C. So
All right.
He sobs and drops to his knees. As Teddy looks down at him, he hears the voice again. Close now.
You told me I'd be free of this place. You promised.
Teddy moves swiftly to the next cell down. Strikes another match.
You lied.
In the flickering light, Teddy can barely make out a man sitting on his cot in the back corner of his cell, face hidden in the shadow. Latest? The man laughs. Hello, you can. Yeah.
Oh, the man laughs hollow. That's pretty damned funny.
Your voice.
Don't you recognize it? After all the talks we've had, after all the lies you've told me,
Let me see your face.
they say I'm theirs now. They say I'm home. They say I'll never leave. Oh, your match your match is about to go out. Is that what that says?
Let me see your goddamn face!
Why? So you can lie to it more? This isn't about the truth.
Yes, it is. It's about exposing. Mo. Hang on.
You freaked out at the word exposing. Good dog.
Hang on, Mo.
If anyone's just exposing anything, the dog's got to freak out. Is a dog in your head? Was a dog ever there?
Go get him, Mo.
Oh, oof, my goof.
It's about exposing the truth.
The man stands up slowly, moving into the light. This is about you and Lattice. That's all it's ever been about.
And his face is a ruin, lips thick as bicycle tires, covered with sutures. His face, a swollen mass of bruises and gashes. Tape covers a broken nose.
I was incidental, a way in.
George Noyce? It's not possible. You can't be here. George Noyce comes closer, turns his head so Teddy can see the horrifying mess that is his face.
You like it?
Who did this to you?
You did.
How the hell could I have...
All your fucking talk, and I'm back in here because of you.
George, listen to me. There has to be a transfer paperwork, psychiatric consultations. I'll find a way to fix this.
I'll never get out now. Get out once, not twice. Never twice.
How did they get you?
They knew. Don't you
Get it? Yeah,
get it?
it's photocopied, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to see.
Yeah, they knew. Don't you get it? Everything you were up to, your whole plan, this is a game, a stage play. All this.
He gestures in a way that takes in, but not just the cell, the whole building, even the whole island.
Is for you. You're not investigating anything. You're a rat in a maze.
You're wrong.
Really? Been alone. Oh, God damn it. Been alone much since you got here.
I'm with my partner.
And let me guess, you've never worked with him before, have you?
He's a U.S. Marshal from Seattle.
You never worked with him before, have you?
Teddy stops in realization. It's sinking in, but he resists. I know that word.
Ooh.
I know men. Oh, I know men, and I trust this man.
Then they've already won.
Let's see. You can just start the next line. Nothing really.
Another match sputters out. Teddy quickly strikes a new one, and he is shocked to see that traps.
See traps streaming
Tears.
down. Oh, tears. Yeah,
Tears
tears
streaming
streaming down
down
George
over-
Noyce's face.
Christ almighty. All right. They're going to take me to the lighthouse. They're going to
Cut.
cut.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to cut into my brain. I'm only here because of you.
Look, I'm gonna get you out of here, okay, George? You're not going to the lighthouse.
Norris looks at him with something between pity and fury. You can't kill Lattice and expose the truth at the same time. You have to make a choice. You understand that, don't you?
I'm not here to kill anyone.
Norris almost spits the word fire.
George, listen to me. I won't kill him. I swear to you.
She's dead. Let her go.
Behind Noyce, something moves in the shadows of the cell. Dolores. Dolores emerges from the shadows directly behind Noyce. She wears a pale floral dress, flowers in her hair. She speaks her voice soft. Noyce gives no sign of hearing her, but Teddy can't tear his eyes away from her. Tell him, Teddy. Teddy is frozen with shock, staring at his hallucination.
You've got to do it. There's no other way.
Dolores continues as if Noyce hasn't spoken, eyes on Teddy. The time you brought me those flowers and you wondered what is that? It's so
So fucking faded, dude.
yeah. Made or what sound a heart made when it rose from happiness, something like that. That day when it's we're gonna keep going. Dolores continued. Air never could. When you felt you'd been born for only a moment, and that day was it. Noyce is still talking, but can't see or hear Dolores. His voice overlaps over hers as Teddy stares where Dolores stands.
You want to uncover the truth? Then you have to let her go.
I can't. Noyce lets go of the bars, starts to retreat into the shadows of his cell, his voice like a ghost.
Then you'll never leave this island.
Noyce is a dim outline as he sits back down on his cot, head in his hands, the same position as when Teddy found him.
He's not in his ward. He was transferred out of here. If he's not in Ward A, there's only one place he can be.
The lighthouse. Noyce nods. Teddy turns to go.
Hey. God help you.
Here's a little preface to when we do our Shutter Island special, and I just talk for 3 hours straight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a nap, dude. I'm just gonna pre-record my own responses.
I love that, like in the actual script, he says, you know, he's trying to tell him, like, if you want to leave, you got to let her go, and he says, I can't, and then they play it again. Whoever edited that was a genius, because like in the actual movie they do it twice. It's like, if you want to uncover the truth, then you got to let her go, and they yell, I can't.
Ah, Leo. Leo!
That's what's fun about that movie. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that now.
Yeah, come
We're
on.
going to go watch, because I could go on about that movie for forever. We're going to go watch Nefarious and let you know what we think. We'll be back after the break.
Do you think I'm evil, James?
Evil isn't a clinical diagnosis. Good and evil are societal constructs, effectively subjective value statements.
Do you think my victims thought I was evil?
Why is it so important that I think you're evil?
Legionem mihi nomen est, quia multi sumus.
Sorry, My Latin's a little rusty.
My name is Legion, for we are many. See, James, it's not just about you or Edward, for that matter. It's about everyone. The entire human race. All of us against all of you.
Whoa, and what an experience. Holy goddamn shit. I was not expecting anything from that movie, and I was blown the fuck away.
I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I just knew the premise that you told me. And I wasn't expecting what we got.
No. Like, I didn't really know anything really about it. Even the trailer didn't give anything away.
I do think this money made movie. Only because it's like in one fucking spot. And it's mostly in one goddamn room.
Yeah, and I have my things to say about that too.
Yeah.
But like just initial thoughts, like, holy shit. Like it was, granted, it was like I really had to focus because I don't know what the balancing is. I need to figure out my dad's the fucking subwoofer, because it was so hard to understand some of the dialogue.
Yeah,
It
dude,
was-
that
it was a
subwoofer
very
is
low-
all about the bass and no
Yeah.
treble. Like, fucking SPF's fucking voice is so deep the entire, well, not the
Yeah.
entire time, but throughout most
But
of it.
it's right at that. It's like it's not deep enough to hear it low, and it's not high enough to hear it high. It's like right in the mid range where everything. So I was like, God damn it! What the fuck is he saying? Which also kind of plays into it a little bit.
I mean,
but-
that's no that
But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed this film, and we'll get into why in just a second. Let me pull up my notes. Let's see. So my initial notes was let's see, intro banter for unknown movies. Oh, that's right. So go back and watch our previous episodes of movies that you haven't seen, because that might stir or deter you to the movie that we saw. Like
also just-
let's say like let's see, Van Helsing. Oh, a movie everybody knows and loves. Oh, but you haven't seen it? Well, maybe we our talking about it will
stir.
It was like I'm trying to think of like the antonym for deter, but I can't.
Deter, inter.
Will inter or deter.
Inter.
Will persuade you to watch or not watch the movie that we watched that week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either
yeah.
way, I say listen to the episode, regardless if you have seen the movie or not, because maybe our opinion will entice you to watch it, or maybe you'll be like, oh, well, they thought it was dumb, so I won't want to watch it. But either way, our banter's fun.
Yeah.
And
Or I feel like our enthusiasm definitely translates. It's like I've listened back to the Van Helsing episode, and yes, we went to a return of form with being pretty
pretty hammered.
pretty schwasty, to the point where like it's there's whole chunks where we're legit just fucking repeating ourselves.
And again, like in my I'm doing the thing. I know. I was editing the episodes
still
today. and
better
still
than what
had to
I did
fucking
the other
fix it.
day.
Yeah, but like, no, my thinking right now is that I'm talking really fast, but actually like listening to the episode and my dialogue, like I edit it. I'm probably talking really fucking slow right now.
So that's why you can understand it on double speed. I've got a fucking motor mouth, and you're talking slow, so I've got no idea what the fuck is like anybody's even saying, except for when we laugh and it sounds like demonic fucking
And
chipmunks.
it's like. Which listening to me back doing that is going to fuck my ears up. Anyway, my first actual note is the opening scene diploma. Okay.
Yeah, with the shifty diploma, the guy keeps trying to like adjust to get it straight, but keeps going askew.
Yeah. So my thinking with this movie would be like, if they're trying to go more so with the is he possessed or is it DID sort of thing. And we didn't really talk about the premise of this movie. The psychiatrist is trying to determine whether or not the person is coherent of what they're doing, whether or not they have DID, but he says he's possessed.
Whether
and-
they're sane enough to stand and face execution, or if they're just legit batshit insane, and therefore it would be inhumane and murder to take them out instead of trying to
help them.
Yeah, help them rehabilitate them, or at least help them come to terms with the things that they did. Like, he's gonna find this. That's
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, my thing with this, if they were going down that path of whether or not SPF has DID or not, the whole thing about the diploma, like after the initial psychiatrist commits sewer slide,
Oh yeah.
like, and it shifts back and it moves on its own, cut that entirely.
Oh yeah. No, like don't
Like,
get
they can
don't get
have
that to
his,
me early.
They can have his sewer slide.
Yeah.
But don't give me the shifting, because we as an audience want to know, does he have DID or is he just acting or whatever? That's the fun part of it about this movie.
Well, in defense of the movie, I will say that once SPF gets on screen, I kind of forget the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Hands down, yeah.
Once he is on screen, I am looking at nobody but him. He is.
He steals it for sure.
Oh my god, dude, he does such a great fucking job, and like to the point where, like, especially if you ignore the little shifting of the diploma, I almost feel bad for the guy based on how he plays Edward Wayne Brady.
Yeah. Edward Wayne Brady.
Does Wayne Brady get to cut a bitch? At least 6 of them.
At least 6 of them, and then get put on death row. Yeah, no, I agree, and like also shout out to Sean Patrick Flannery, like his ticks.
Yes, that was my next note. The fucking
his
facial
ticks,
twicks.
His ticks between the two, like
because there's different ticks. Like there's like more of a,
there's the so-called demon Nefarious, like his like mouth twicks
mouth twitch and like right with like the cheeks a little bit, kind of like slight head ticks, like
it's more like, you know, and avoiding eye contact, and it's kind of like that. But like with Edward James Brady, he's more like, he has a stutter, and he's like sitting there like tapping his forehead.
Yeah, he's like he's constantly trying to like push him out the entire time.
No, it's so good. It's a very very good dichotomy between the two.
Yeah, like definitely night and day, and you can see the switch right away, even without the camera like panning around to the other side. Like you could just see the switch, and I felt so bad for Edward because
I did too.
Because it's like, I think with like how well he was doing, I'm like, this motherfucker's fucking possessed. Like
yeah, it was really hard because like we as an audience, like, we kind of know from the beginning and everything what's going on, but if that wasn't there, like, feeling bad for Edward would be like, fuck, I feel bad for this guy, but what if he's faking it?
Yeah, what if he's actually faking it? What if he's actually possessed?
That's what stops this movie from being like next tier level.
You need
next tier level.
A 30-second, not even 30, like a 15-second edit.
Yeah.
Or even just like, I don't know, blur because when that thing it adjusts after you see
all you need to do
falling.
is not show the degree moving on the wall, and that takes this movie to next tier.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, this movie was fucking fun,
dude.
So much fun.
Oh my god, dude, it was.
Highly recommend. Okay, so highly recommend.
Yes,
but we'll keep going with the notes.
We'll keep going with the notes. So
what's when SPF said, "What's a little malice between friends?" I laughed. I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, I laughed, and I immediately wanted to say what it's like working in a kitchen.
Exactly. What's a little malice between friends?
What's a little malice between friends?
What's a little malice between friends? You know, what's a kiss or two among friends? What's a little malice among friends?
Just constant fucking, like, go fuck yourself.
Cole, you foster an environment of bullying. Go fuck yourself. Or just all the casual fucking just birds just fucking walking by, just like, well, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,
fuck you,
oh fuck you, buddy. You never do shit for me. Oh, fuck you too.
What do you got next in your notes?
Okay, my first note is I finally remembered. I had to search my mind and then go to my phone to remember a comic book connection.
Nice.
So how this connects is actually to a story that came out in 2019, done by Jeff Lemire on DC's Black Label, called Joker Killer Smile. And it's about a psychiatrist. He's a father. He's got a wife and he's got a kid who ends up, going to Arkham, talking to the Joker, and the Joker is pretty much doing
Joker things, probably.
being very serious about it and challenging the guy the entire time. And as he keeps having all these sessions with Joker, he seems to kind of be bringing work home with him and discovering that like his kid is reading this book about like this like hand-drawn kid's book about this clown that, you know, shows up in town and takes out all the other people that don't agree with him. And he just starts slowly descending into the madness while still talking to the Joker, convinced that the Joker is somehow being able to fuck with him, even though he has no communication with the outside world, being in Arkham Asylum, and pretty much the story ends with him killing his family and drawing.
Well, it's just like it's just like standard paranoia.
Exactly, because like when you're around, well, that's the thing about like serial killers and stuff like that. They're like super predators. So being around something like that, being a quote unquote normal person, can have drastic effects on the psyche, even if you have studied it. Like studying only goes so far. To steel your mind against the truly depraved is something completely different.
Yeah. Being thrown into that environment.
Yeah, exactly. So now you have to adapt. Like you've got a kid who's like 5 years old, you know, and you're trying to be there for your wife, but also kind of trying to like maybe like a little bit of personal glory to chase this more depraved person, get to know them, to be the one that diagnoses them.
Yeah, there's book smarts and there's street smarts.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they don't often go hand in hand.
They do not.
No.
And the best combination, you got to have a combo of both. It was like, I can be smart. Well, like I've studied so much, but I have to have my practical knowledge, like to actually know what people are going to do, like what's written down, like people are going to be doing this, but to actually be out and like know what people are actually doing is a completely different thing.
Oh yeah. It was like you see it with like some law enforcement individuals, like it's sort of like Dirty Harry last week.
Yeah.
Welcome to Homicide. He finally,
like, and then to actually
Chico
be
is like
in
subjected to it, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
I can't do this.
Well, because we're human, and as a normal, empathetic human being around that kind of like so. That's a fascinating concept. So I'm really like glad they did that, and especially with the Joker book is really well done and really well drawn as well. It's a lot of fun because it just keeps you guessing for three. It's only 3 issues long, and you're like,
and all of this plays in.
All this does play in because we have a psychiatrist who is showing up to interview a guy and gets everything about what he thought he knew about the world challenged to the point where he ends up changing everything around, which is.
I need you to get a little bit closer to the
Sorry. I'm trying not to like spit into the fucking mic.
Pull your mic a little bit closer.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
There you go.
I can feel myself salivating and getting excited.
No,
talking
like
about
when
them.
it's fine. When you start getting louder, you can back away.
Yeah,
but
I'm just
you
trying not to spit all over this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
when you're just talking, just
I just don't want to hawk two in the mic, you know?
Yeah. At this point, that's way irrelevant.
Is it?
It's yesterday's
Yeah,
news.
it is.
That's way past
This is
news.
going to be so old. Go back to a few weeks ago and remember a simpler time.
Go back to like a month ago when it was still on the tail end of being relevant. Anyway.
Oh man, humanity's dumb, which is talked about in this movie. That's taking the base storyline itself about a man pretty much having his foundations challenged and all that. What I really, really like about this movie is the argument, the theological arguments that are presented, because I'm a sucker for that shit. Like when I go to an art museum.
That was my next note. Yeah.
I go to an art museum, I'm immediately checking out the Renaissance era paintings where you're just getting the most visceral, like terrifying versions of the depictions of heaven and hell in the Bible and like the struggles of any of the, you know, and he brings like salient point, not salient points, but just brings up the demon, the Nefarious, brings up some interesting points.
He brings up some valid fucking points.
Yeah, I mean he's got some solid points.
He's got some solid.
He's got a few points that I don't necessarily agree with, like with what.
No, I don't necessarily agree with, but they made me laugh and clap. Like, homie's got some solid
fucking solid arguments about kind of just the garbage fire that is humanity. And even then, like our relationship to a supposed creator as well. And that's another thing. One thing that really challenged my. Okay, so I don't know if you're aware, but I was raised Mormon.
Holy shit! Fucking really? My God, this isn't episode 37 or whatever the hell we're on.
Hey, I just like that we can still break new ground.
All right. So,
I like that we don't just tread over the same thing again and again and again and just drive it into the fucking ground, man. I like the freshness.
all right. What do you got? What do you got?
But that was the points that he brings up, Nefarious or
Yeah.
SPF and Nefarious. Let's call him Nefarious.
Yeah.
Or Nesferambus, one who is Nefarious.
Nefarious. Sean Patrick Flannery's half character, Nefarious.
Half of SPF, the darker half of SPF's character, does bring up those salient points about a God that encourages free will and gives you free will, but then still wants you to worship him, and then gets pissed when you don't.
Yeah. Worship him. Worship him like slaves.
Yeah, that's something that always boggled my mind as like, well, not necessarily as a child, as a child.
That's so crazy to think, like, too, like the difference between like hardcore Catholic Christianity and Mormonism.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no matter what, as long as you're baptized, you're going to heaven.
Oh yeah, no, that's the beautiful.
Versus like,
that's the beautiful
like,
thing about it.
Fucking Catholicism.
It's like, it's like,
whoa,
you are gonna burn. Whereas Mormonism's like, it's either outer darkness, and that's only if when you get to heaven, like the lower tier, because it's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. They got
it's a multi-level marketing.
It's the multi-level marketing.
But once you get to the bottom tier, like if you just live your life being free, like fucking sucking, doing drugs.
Jesus.
Once you get there, exactly, and you meet him.
Nice pull. All right.
And you meet him, all you have to do is just be like, okay, yeah, no, I accept you as my Lord and Savior. And then you're good. You're
fine.
You're not in like top tier heaven. You're not in yacht heaven, but you're like, it's like kayak heaven.
No.
I'm still on the river. I'm still on the water.
No.
But
No.
I just still can enjoy
like,
the super yacht where I've got.
Like, honestly, if there was anything I'd like tip my hat to, only because it's metal as fuck, it's Catholicism.
Oh yeah, that's the part. That's the whole reason why I like a lot of the depictions of like hell and all that. It's like, 'cause it's fucking metal, dude.
It's fucking.
It's like,
so that
Jesus.
was my next. Yes. So that's my next note, is just my whole thing, and I know I've talked about this before. The idea of hell is what grabs me. Like, it's so fucking brutal and, like, for lack of a better term, awesome in my mind. Like, just endless fucking eternity of people being just brutalized and tortured. Like, it's awesome's a weird term to use for it. But
no, not at all. Because if you're going with the more modern version of thinking that it's weird, it's like, oh, that's awesome. But when really, awesome is to inspire awe. That's right. I know some Latin.
Yeah,
cocksuckers.
But it's just so weird. Like that idea, like Dante's Inferno. Like, the game. Like, I think that's one of the most fun interpretations of the 9 circles of hell.
Oh, absolutely.
In my mind, like I don't know why. Like it just grabs me. Like that idea of just hell like that is. I don't know. It just grabs me.
It is awe-inspiring to kind of just realize that, like, if it isn't real, then, like, my God, people.
I don't know why I lean, like, because a lot of people are like, oh, I was like, why would you think about it like that? Because everyone's like, I want to be in my eternity in heaven and all the bliss and inspiring. But no, I lean towards the other side.
I want nothing but positive vibes riding on clouds at all times.
I don't get that. I don't think about heaven in that way, where it's like, I don't know. When I think about heaven, I just kind of like,
I've got a few ideas of how I think about heaven, but the main way I think about it is how Pete Holmes used to do it.
It's just way more interesting to me.
Well, because they have levels where heaven's heaven, and then like, but these are 9 levels of hell. We'll do
the
9 different levels of things.
There's so
to you.
like it gets in depth. It's so specific. It has. It has tears.
All the shit that will happen to you
study.
if you don't just say, like, I'm going to eat this fucking wafer, I'm going to drink this fucking wine, and be like, God is good, God is great.
Yeah.
Good God, let's eat.
Well, it's like it has different tiers, and each tier has its own little shit that you can like study and think about, and like, I don't know, that shit's more interesting.
Well, it's more. I think it's more interesting because it's the punishment for not taking advantage of the thing that he gave you, which is free will.
not taking advantage. I think
Oh yeah,
it would
no,
be
you'd have to be.
taking advantage of it.
Oh no, you're testing shit out. You have free will. You're testing the waters.
Yeah, you're taking.
That's how you
advantage
find
of
out
free
how
will.
anything is, like how you feel about anything, is by doing something and finding.
Yeah.
You ultimately form an opinion based on that because we were given free will from a guy that doesn't want you to have free will. He just wants you to fucking be at his
from the
goddamn feet.
biggest dick that never existed.
Just from this is how you know.
Oh,
God,
hard take.
because, or you can go with the whole the supernatural approach, where it's like, and if God does exist, then he's an asshole who doesn't care about any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's my whole thing is like, yeah, I'm an atheist. Holy shit, hard take.
well, guys, we're breaking new ground.
Breaking new ground. But no, like I find hell, like that whole side, like I find it very fucking interesting, and like I think it's really really cool, and a lot of the imagery and art that has been inspired by it is pivotal to our existence. I think all of the art that I do think a lot of the art that Christianity has inspired is very, very pivotal to our existence. But as like, as I don't believe in. I don't believe in it.
I know he's listening, so I'm not going to say no.
The enemy,
The enemy,
which is my next note. SPF in this movie labels God as the enemy. He never says God,
and he never says Jesus Christ.
No, he says
it's the enemy
and the carpenter. I love that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that is such a good touch on
It's
that.
also very subtle, which I thoroughly appreciate about it.
It took me a while to realize what he was saying.
No, like right away, I'm like, he's never saying God. Like he's keeping their names out of his motherfucking mouth.
He kept their names out their fucking mouth.
Love will make you do crazy things, y'all.
But yeah, no, that was such a cool touch. It was like, no, the enemy and the carpenter.
Yeah. Well, also, still sticking in with, obviously, still fairly early in the movie with him doing all the talking back and forth. I do like that he mentions that there's like levels of possession and ways like getting possession as well.
I like that there's
so many.
It takes
rules.
a lot of time.
Yeah, I like the rules. I like the rules behind everything. Like, no, there's a way that things are done. All right, you can't just like go up some dude's ass and now he's a fucking serial killer. It takes
right.
time. It takes, and this is where you can get lost in the DID or the emotional trauma effect. I was like, oh no, it takes time. He had to go through all this shit before he was finally ready to accept me and let me in. So that's another way of playing with the, is it real? Is it not real?
Yeah.
Which is thoroughly enjoyed doing it. And just, that was just so fucking well done. I love anything with rules.
Yeah.
It's so easy to follow.
So one of my early notes that I had was this is I skipped over it, but this is a play.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
No, it was like one location. This is straight up a stage.
You can
play.
get away with just doing this as being just a 2-person fucking play.
This is a stage play.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
they decided
this is a black box.
They decided
play.
to film.
Yeah, it's all black box, just like a theological
honestly,
argument.
that's why I loved it.
Same here.
It was a stage play.
Oh, exactly.
It was a character study. It didn't need. It was substance over spectacle.
Yeah,
and I fucking loved it.
Well, even substance over spectacle, even like how every actor is in this movie isn't like over the top, because you could easily go over the top with all of this. You can like chew the scenery, go up big, and just like bite into the goddamn subject material.
No,
but
this was an acting what is
honestly,
master
a workshop.
class. Yeah, a workshop.
Yeah. This is a master class on fucking acting. SPF does an amazing. He is the best part of this goddamn movie. Like we mentioned in the preamble,
Hands
like you
down.
heard that. Absolutely. Not to disparage any of the other actors. They do what they do, but like
they do what they do, and they do it well.
Yeah, and they do it well.
But SPF,
they're just one person where he's embodying two different people.
Tier.
He is Edward Wayne Brady and Nefarious all at the same time.
Is Edward Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? And he did.
And he did.
He choked the therapist.
He did. Okay, my next note, still sticking with the first part of the movie.
Yeah.
All priests are Irish. If it's a movie, your priest is Irish.
I couldn't hear a fucking word he
Oh,
said.
because he's fucking doing this the entire fucking time. Kind of talking like I kind of don't fuck up. Yeah. Gotta adjust that equalizer, dude.
Yeah, I gotta
jump on
adjust
that
that.
EQ,
I couldn't fucking understand a word that he said.
But from what I could, from what I was hearing, he is Irish because all priests in a movie are Irish. They're always Irish.
It should be Italian.
Oh, come over here. I don't believe in demonic possession.
No, they should because of Rome. They should be Italian.
Yeah, but something about an Irish Catholic versus
Irish Catholic.
Yeah, it's just something more.
The Roman Catholic Empire.
Yeah, but just I don't know why Hollywood just. I guess it's so actors can try to flex their chops. Like, hey, so I cannot do this kind of soft Roman Italian accent instead of I gotta fucking just got on my goddamn lines.
No. The capital. No. The capital of the Catholic Church is in Rome.
In Rome, but you still every movie priest I've seen says something about being Irish.
Yeah. No, if your priest isn't Italian,
I'm
fuck
pretty
off.
sure the priest in fucking The Exorcist mentioned something about being Irish at one point.
No, he's
in time.
Italian. He's Italian as fuck.
I don't know. Most movie priests are goddamn Irish, and I'm.
No, because his mom said, "Dimmi non buonasera."
Oh, that's right. Well, I don't remember because that time never happened, but I do enjoy. Yeah, I enjoy that he's just like, also just this like blanket boring ass priest. He's like, just gonna. I don't.
He was in there for 2 seconds.
In 2 seconds, saying like, I don't believe in demonic possession, but I'll be here if you ever want to just, I guess, find atonement.
Okay.
And then he fucks off.
He walked in. He was drunk because he's Irish.
Because he's Irish. Maybe that's
and
why.
And he walked in and was like,
That's why. So it's so the priest can fail because the priest is drunk.
yeah, he's drunk. He doesn't recognize
Because
cannot kid.
Because
and
of
then he
stereotypes.
fucking walked out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what he talks about is like when they bring up all the advancements we've made as society.
Yeah, in America.
In America, which that was a great point.
That was I said that out loud. It was like, yeah, in America, you motherfucker. There's slaves everywhere in the
bra.
There's slaves everywhere in the fucking world,
Yeah.
not just in America. We've made so much advancements. Yet get out of your neocentric fucking bubble.
Yeah. What he even says is like there's still 40 million slaves in the world and 20 million are sex slaves, which we didn't think of ourselves. That was all you.
Oh, yeah, that got me too.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
I was
oh,
like,
shit, son.
ouch.
But also he talks about how... so here's the problem with trying to discuss this movie is trying not to dive into the points that are being made. And honestly, I feel like if you want to have a discussion with your friends...
You don't want to agree with the demon?
Well, yes and no, because no, like I
What's
agree.
wrong? What's wrong with agreeing with the demon?
I agree with a lot of what he says, but being the moronic sack of shit that I am, I want to believe in, like, I guess, hope. A slight capacity for human beings to not be the absolute complete pieces of shit that they are. I do believe that we are a garbage fucking species that have overstayed our welcome way too fucking long. We never should have left the trees. I do believe in that, but also some part of me needs to believe that there is a capacity for good in a lot of people, that it's not all just doom and gloom and misery and bullshit, because there are those brief moments. They are brief, and that is what makes them even all the more special and all the more like why you should hold on to them, are those brief moments of like pure goodness, love, kindness, camaraderie. There's just those moments where you look over at someone and you're like, dude, we're fucking alive. And this is fantastic. Like, this is pure.
Yeah.
But it's fewer and far between. Most of the time, it sucks.
I agree with you. Like there are good moments and good people in this world.
Yeah.
And they are what drive you to want to be better and want to keep existing in this hell that we call our existence.
Yeah.
And shout out to Roy, my boy. He's one of those people. But yeah, there are moments and there are moments that want you to keep going and exist and want to be better for other people. So I agree with you that those moments exist, Whether or not that's coming from something
or from some sort of divine power. Oh yeah, no.
Is-
No. But I just want to believe in the capacity for human.
I do too.
For mankind to like. I don't necessarily buy into it. Like I'm very skeptical. But
There are moments and there are people that are good, but yeah, the buying into the existence that everybody I believe that everybody is only in their own world for themselves.
Oh yeah.
But
Because that's the only world you can't exist in.
yeah.
It's one thing to say like walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, but you can't physically
Right.
do that, or
Right.
even you
and
have to.
it's very hard to have empathy in this world. But some people you meet really do inspire you to be a better person.
Even if it's just for a brief moment. Sometimes someone can just come along and kind of just like change a certain aspect of your life that you would never would have considered before.
How positive have I been since I got back from seeing my
a
buddies
lot
up
more
in
positive,
Seattle?
dude. It's been a noticeable difference.
It's crazy.
How positive
just-
was I after seeing my family?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
we both had a tectonic shift.
yeah, in complete mood. Now it's like, you know what? Just fuck this. I'm gonna be fucking positive. I'm gonna have my brief moments where I kind of break down. I'm like, fucking this goddamn bullshit and everything's so
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
But yeah, it's like there was like a complete shift in energy.
And it's palpable and it's noticeable when
Yeah.
you try bringing those kind of things to the forefront. So, say you're
It's like keep
a little illiterate
If,
and less evolved, you can contribute that to God instead of you just not being a fucking cocksucker.
at the end
for
of the
once in your
day.
life.
At the end of the day, just keep positive people in your life and keep people in your life that make you better.
Yeah,
and make
people
you
that
want
challenge
to be
you, that make
a
you
better
want
person.
to be the best version of yourself. And
Exactly.
you don't need a religion to do that.
No.
You can just because that's all
You can
I mean,
you
if
can
we're
be
being honest,
your own
yeah.
you can be your own being and still be a positive influence on everybody in your life.
If we're being honest, every single one of us wants to be the hero. And the hero is always the one doing, like, leading the forefront on being good and bringing that positivity. We all want that. Whenever we tell stories about things in our past or arguments we've had or even anything like that, it's from our point of view. Like, we're the hero. Like, we did all the right thing. There's a whole Reddit post called "Am I the Asshole?" because you're pretty sure you're not, but you want to throw it on there just in case. Like, no, like, I'm a good guy, right? And every single one of them like, no, you fucking suck.
No, you absolutely fucked up. Okay, so let's touch on the ending.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, we're
shit. We're actually having. Well, that's. Let me say it
was-
again. The
it
beauty
was-
of this movie, it inspires you to have conversation.
it was a fun movie that really wants you to talk about the dichotomy of man.
Yeah. Like
And I mean man as in humans.
mankind,
Mankind.
humankind, earthlings, cocksuckers.
Yeah.
Going with my notes. I did like how they were marking all the deaths that would be occurred before he left there.
Yeah. So
That
we
was
had
a fun, interesting way of doing it.
so we
Because
So
I was
the
expecting like legit murder. Like he goes insane after talking to this guy, actually kills people. No, these are
it's
philosophical, metaphorical murders.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting too.
Yeah. But no, it's just like, no, it's like actually, you euthanized your mom. That's a murder. It was like, no, like she was in pain. She was suffering. It's like, no, you were just tired of dealing with her being sick, all the doctor's trips and holding her hand saying, I love you. So you wanted to get that over with. It's a great way of counting it. That's a technicality. The abortion, depending on your stance, could go either way, but also
According to the Catholic religion.
according to Catholic religion, which is what the demon's also still referencing at the same time.
Yep.
It's like, not you done goofed, man. Catholicism's right, and that is a sin. Sorry. And also, you don't really believe what you're like. The doctor is a cocksucker because like when he panics, he's freaking out. Like, how does he know my girlfriend's name? He calls her up or tries to call her up, and does not use the word boyfriend. He says, "I'm her friend."
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure she's okay.
Yep.
Which means he's still, because he's
still not sold about the whole
sold
thing.
on this. Like he's starting to doubt, which is a nice subtle little thing because it's just a brief pause, says friend, and the scene just keeps on going after that. So okay, yeah. No.
Okay, but a lot of that too
Yeah.
plays into the whole. Oh, is he actually like a demon or not? Is he actually possessing or not? It plays into it being that. How does he know all of this shit?
Yeah. Or especially when you
How
find
how does he know all this background?
the
shit
journaling
about
with the
psychiatry?
pictures and the
Yeah.
psychiatry, knowing his girlfriend's name, the fact that she was pregnant and looking for an abortion, the
His
fact that he was looking
mom.
to break up with her and then start because he already had somebody else lined up, but he's too much of a gentleman to say that. His mom, and then just the constant questioning of like really if his faith and a lack of faith is actually that strong. And he presents some solid points and makes him start questioning shit. And it's,
He never once asks, "How did you know that?
yeah.
How did you know anything about my life?"
Yeah. And he was like, oh, it was like,
It's like he was told before he goes in to interview him for the first time. Excuse me. He's like, "Oh, he's highly intelligent and blah 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 blah."
oh
blah,
yeah, that was
blah.
my first thing. That's when I remembered the killer smile thing. Is he's a master manipulator,
Yep.
and by the end of the conversation, he'll have you convinced that you did the murders.
Yeah, and I get that, but like, how does he know anything about the doctor?
Yeah, especially 'cause-
Anything about his personal
yeah,
life?
especially when it brings up like all the photos and stuff. Like there's things about myself even I don't know. It's like, well, I've been studying you since you were a kid. He's like, bullshit. There's no fucking way because like you're barely older than me. I'm 35. I don't care for how old these gentlemen looked. I'm only hearing 35. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah,
But okay.
but that was really good. That was a good touch, and that would have been way more fun without the whole like, oh, we already know he's a demon because
Yeah,
of
because
the
there's a
fucking-"
supernatural fucking
Yeah.
tone behind it. Yeah, no.
If they would have kept that out of it, we would have been fine. I was like, how does he know? Oh,
yeah.
the book that you kept on me in your, like, how do you have all this shit?
Yeah.
Like, that would have been, everything would have been so much better if they
yeah.
would have cut out the opening scene.
Because you could still attribute that to him being a master manipulator.
The opening scene, like, if they would have cut the opening scene out, or at least just cut parts of the opening scene out.
Yeah, I don't think like I think they should have like kind of kept it more focused on like
It would have been perfect. I think
I'm not sure what they should have done with that scene, like because it does focus like in the office, and you're getting ready for something to happen. I think just having the body free falling
no, just
outside of the window would just be enough.
Everything to him fixing his
Adjusting
degree and
everything,
everything,
trying to get it all
and then
perfect.
still falling, but like instead of like it
Yeah, the
shifting,
final shift when there's
like,
no one there.
like have more of a scene of the guy jumping
Yeah,
and like him, or not even jumping, but like falling off or whatever,
or even just
off the
implied
roof.
to where you don't see like the body kind of free falling. Just
Even
like show
that,
him going in the elevator,
Yeah,
then
but
cut to our new
Cut
doctor.
all the supernatural shit out of that scene. We would have been fine.
Because then he does say later on in the scene that, you know, Dr. Fisher killed him, not that.
Sewer
He
slided.
did the thing.
Unalived.
He bungee jumped without a cord. Yes. But like, he definitely says that in the next scene. He's like, are you aware what happened to Dr. Fisher? He's like, yeah, because I told him to. And like, boom, we're right there.
Yeah, we're in
We're
it.
right there. I do not
We're
need
in
to
it.
see that. So, yeah, that's definitely a fault of this movie is it's trying to hold your hand through it a bit too much. Like, no, look, this is a demon. It's like, because everything else after that.
If you leave it, just leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
Keep it ambiguous, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, no, with what
It
I said
would've been-
earlier, you didn't need
would've
to do
been
that.
great.
SPF just captures you right away. Like when the light bulb explodes, and he is casual, like, maybe that was just coincidence. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Like keep everything ambiguous, and it
Mm-hmm.
would have been great.
Oh, yeah, and it's just a fun...
It is a fun character dive.
Yeah, it's a fun
It
character
is
dive
such a fun
into both of these men. It's a fantastic character dive.
All right, we got to end here.
But we didn't even get to the Glenn Beck of all, which I have nothing to say about that.
I have no idea who Glenn Beck is.
It was the dude at the very end who was interviewing him.
Oh, great. Awesome. All right.